Welcome to Goodwood in West Suffolk, Great Britain for round number 2 of the 1966 British F2 Championship, the Sunday Mirror Trophy. This round follows on just 1 week after round number 1 at Oulton Park, and of course in real life this was round number 1 with Oulton Park being cancelled for snow, but coming off a pretty good race there, not the result I wanted, but a hard-fought one for sure. I pretty much chased Jack Brabham and Ken Ahrens the whole race, getting side by side with them at 1.2, but damaged my car with about 1 lap to go, and had to finish in 4th place. But not a bad opening round, certainly competitive, and kind of the point of the F2 series races here is just practicing and having a good time doing it. So the Sunday Mirror Trophy at Goodwood was the opening round in real life for the British F2 Championship. Only 3 rounds ended up being run in the whole season anyway, so not such a long season, but Jack Brabham asserted his dominance here in real life, winning the race. He actually started in 2nd behind his teammate Denny Hulme, but Denny Hulme ended up finishing 2nd, so they did the swap there with Jochen Rindt on the podium as well. This was one of the last, if not the last, competitive formula race at Goodwood for modern style cars in 1966. The circuit itself was retired from modern racing, pretty much not wanting to make changes to the circuit. The club itself decided to make this track a historic track, and so the layouts remained almost identical to this day. You'll see as we start racing, the track itself very recognizable to the classic races that go on there today. But this was really the end for some of the modern style racing. I think there were just some additional club meets after this before the circuit was shut down for modern racing and its time for good. I love Goodwood as a circuit, especially in Grand Prix Legends, so very excited to do this race today, throw these little F2 cars around the track. And we will take a look at the points. Obviously, not a long championship. I don't actually know if we'll be racing in all of the rounds yet either, but after round number 1, Jochen Rindt actually leads the way. He was able to get that win, I think, pretty much was Jack Brabham's race at Oulton if he was able to get around, but you got to pass to get a win. So Jochen Rindt capitalizing when he can, and you'll see here today, maybe going to do the same thing here. But 9 points up front, though, ahead of Kurt Ahrens and Jack Brabham in 3rd position. I'm back there in 4th with 3 points with Richie in there. So not too many points, not many rounds to actually pick up points. So really need to do well here today if I have any hope of winning this championship. We'll take a look quickly at the Goodwood circuit. This is the Sunday Mirror Trophy. I think they race 42 laps in real life, so we'll be doing 13 here today with our 30% race distance, but 11 turn circuit, 2.3 miles, not a long track, but a really fun one to race, challenging one, and quite dangerous, honestly, but a lot of flowing corners. This magic corner, the first turn, looks a lot sharper on the drawing than it feels when you're racing, but very fast corners through this whole first sector up to St. Mary's. 2nd gear corner, I think, in these cars, although first gear maybe on the opening lap. Come up to Levant corner, a series of right-handers that lead us onto the back straightaway, where I think we hit the highest speed. Of course, I'm driving the BT18 with the Ford Cosworth Power. We're down on power a bit at Oulton Park, so hopefully the crew was able to tighten things up a little bit, get a little more power out of that Cosworth. But back straightaway there, definitely the part I'm not looking forward to the most. But that flies down into Woodcote corner, which is such a tricky corner, high risk, high reward corner if you can go quick through there. And then lastly into Paddock Bend, a chicane with narrow brick walls on each side, testing you every lap to see if you're gonna bend the suspension, but then back over the line. So very quick laps. You can see the track record here at a 1:18.78, and we'll actually take a look at the qualifying results overall. Jochen Rindt was able to get under the pole for this race at a 1:19.25, so really quick. Jack Brabham not too far behind, but interesting to see Rindt on the pole there. So he won that first race, getting pole for the second race. Interesting to see if Rindt will actually win this championship overall, but we'll have to see. A lot of racing to go. Kurt Ahrens then in 3rd place, so we got the top 3 in the top 3 spots here. Looking back on the 2nd row, Jackie Ickx and Jim Clark there, and we have to go all the way to row 3 and actually on the outside to find myself in P8 alongside Denny Hulme and Pete Arundel in one of the Lotus cars. So got a lot of work to do here. I was able to get to a 1:21.3. I think I can get into the 1:20s pretty consistently, especially after some of the fuel burns off, but we'll have to see how things shake out up front. Hopefully I'm not as far down on power this race and I can actually challenge the cars up front and not just watch them battle the whole time. So this should be good. Goodwood's a circuit I really enjoy a lot, and I know it really well, so hopefully I can turn that into some success here, get back going in the little championship that we are doing. So let's get started with this, the 1966 Sunday Mirror Trophy. All right, so here we are on the grid. Jim Clark, Jackie X right in front. Got Denny Holm to my right there. Flag is up. Down, we're underway. Let's try not to bog down off the line. The car has no acceleration at low RPMs, but Arundel sneaking in front. Holm behind though. Let's see if I can switch lanes with him. Coming to turn number 1. Up the inside of Arundel. Jim Clark on the outside there too. Gonna have to fall behind him though. Very close call coming into turn 1, but luckily getting through there, getting back on Arundel. He slid right in front of me, but he's coming up behind too. Onto the dirt a little bit. So we'll come up to St. Mary's then. Third gear, just floated on in here. Everybody's slow in the opening lap. Slamming on the brakes there. Jim Clark side by side. Can carry a lot more speed there, but now come to Levant. I can maybe get a good run through here, down to first. So stuck in behind Jim Clark, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I'm in 6th. Pass a couple cars there off the grid. Denny Holm, Pete Arundel. Work it down the back straightaway now, though. Cars in front going to pull ahead a little bit. But head towards Woodcote. Just floated on in. High risk, high reward. Cars going too wide ahead. Got a little bit of a run into the final chicane, but no way to go too wide through here. Just get back in line, try to get a good exit. Group in front squabbling a little bit. But come across the line, complete lap number 1. Pretty good start. Pretty scary there for a second. See if I can float it through turn number 1, not too bad. Third gear is a little low, might need second on future laps. But now down the straightaway here, 4th gear, won't need 5th. Flat out over the rise. And then need to spot the braking for St. Mary's right at the start of the darker line there. Floated on in. Easy to run wide. Ruin the whole lap, ruin the race. All right on Clark again. So we'll come up to Levant. On the inside. Gonna lock things. Don't want to run into Clark. Done that before. Got all crossed up there, though. Luckily, I caught the wheel. A little bit of a lunge there, but got to try something when you get close. He's able to pull away. I got a terrible run out of the corner. I've got Arundel coming up behind me again. All right, floated on through. Still another run. It's so tempting here on the inside a little bit, but just not able to do it there. I need to actually get to the left side of him if I'm going to hope to pass before the chicane. Have to back out of it. There's just no other way there. Come across the line then. This race is going to absolutely fly by. There we go. Nice run through turn number 1. Right on the back of Clark again. We'll pull away a little bit here, I think, but I got the slipstream. Won't be as bad. Come up to St. Mary's. If I can get through this corner pretty well, set him up for Levant. He's so slow. Can he use all that runoff? Up the inside. Yeah, all right. That's one way to do it. Went a little bit wider there than I was hoping to, but it all worked out. Now just try to focus straight ahead, get through Levant here. Touching the dirt. I think I got a little bit of a gap on him. Probably pull up down the straightaway. But passing Clark, we'll take a look at the pit board this time by. These races are just so fast down to second gear. There's no time to think. You just got to go, go, go. A little bit of understeer there through the second apex. Thoroughly using all the circuit. Up on the curbs then. So P6, that was last time by. So I'm up to P5. Must have, not sure who's in front of me yet. Got to get a little closer here. That's the intention. Floated through turn number 1. I can still see Jim Clark behind me with his teammate Pete Arundel behind him. So the two Lotuses are together. All right, try not to make too many fireworks out of this corner this time. Down to third, just floated on in. Keep it on the actual track this time. There we go. Down to second. Pulling nicely on the car ahead. I think it's Jackie X. So that means Brabham's got up towards the front, which is not good. You can see maybe Kurt Aaron's actually in the lead. Get it onto the back straightaway. Didn't pull in as much as I wanted to on Ix that time. See what I can do here through the final corners. But so easy to do it. If you miss that, ooh, gonna run a little bit wide. Almost feels like your race is ending every lap through there. Try not to tap any walls. A little bit slow that time. So P5, yep, Jackie Ix in front, 9 laps to go. There we go. Oh, a little slow. I'm gonna try a second gear through there, I think. So I lose a little bit of time on the shifts as well, so it might just come out in the wash. Got the line a little bit wrong through there. You see, it's not easy flat. You can get flat through there, but if you get the line wrong, it's not too hard to mess it up. Throw it in to St. Mary's again. Second gear. Didn't clip the inside as much as I needed to then. But pulled in a little bit on Ix. Watch out for my tires as well. Easy to overheat the tires sliding so much, and then one lap it just suddenly won't stick anymore. But holding station here with Ix. We'll take a look at the gap this time by. See if I can work on that at all. Although it's only reported in seconds, so it's tough to, when you're only a few seconds apart, tough to see. There we go. It was a little better through there this time. Oh, right on the back of Ix now. That's good. Don't need a pit board to tell me anything about that. Get it done in a second this time. Missing the apex a little bit, though. We're going to be able to drive out of it so much better. I think second's the way to go through there. At least in this car, it just has such a small RPM range where I'm actually pulling. See them fighting up there for the lead, so I gotta hope that continues. I have any hopes to get there, but they're so fast. All right, pulling in on Ix again through St. Mary's. Not gonna be close enough for Levant. Right up on the curbs there, gets the car a little upset. It's not actually that good to do. Try to straight line this as much as I can into Woodcut again. Down a second. Ooh, really throw it in there. Once again, going to pull on Ix here right at the end of the lap through the chicane. He knows I'm here, that's for sure. Nobody behind me now, though. I can barely see Clark behind me, so luckily a little bit of a gap. Oh, missing my shift into one. Whew, luckily able to pick it up. Well, wouldn't be an Axelson race without a missed gear shift. It had been a little while since I did that. Scary moment. Definitely need the engine a lot in a lot of these corners. But losing a little bit then on Ix. Have to pull that back again. Able to do pretty well there through St. Mary's, but if I was closer. Get it down the straightaway. Just got to put in a couple really good laps, get right back on them, and I think 2 places for passing opportunity are into St. Mary's and into Levant, so you just try to get through the final sector here as best I can through turn 1 and just get as close as possible for St. Mary's. It's actually looking pretty good here. Pulling up on him quite quickly onto the curb. Can spin the car that way pretty easily. So P5, 6 laps to go. Oh man, this race is so fast. We're already over halfway. Not miss the gears here into turn 1 this time. Just really rev the heck out of the Cosworth. Pretty close to him this time, though. Not close enough to get it into St. Mary's here, but if I can close in on him, just get through here decently. Yeah, right on him now. Ooh, almost doing it where I did Clark. He's going to run a little wide. We'll come up to Levant. Ooh, he's going to try to make me go to the outside. Oh, he's going to cover me then. Ooh, locking up the right front. Ooh, touching him. Icks all over the track, just trying to block. Thought he was going to stay to the inside. That's what you would have done. Faded back to the racing line. Didn't have any time to go to the inside then, but still on him here. See if I can get through Woodcote good. Down a second. Just throw it on in. We'll try to maximize the exit here. Ooh, around the left side. Oh, so close. Down to first gear. It's just not going to be possible. Whoa! Making the pass through the chicane there. Just try to keep it on the inside. He's going to have a lot of speed down the front straightaway. Got a terrible exit. But he blocked me. I don't mind blocking him. All right, we're coming to turn one. He thinks about the inside then. Making a couple crazy moves in this race so far. Just trying to pick up any position I can. But there we go, falls back. Just try to get it through St. Mary's nice this time. That should seal the deal. Ooh, gonna get right to the edge. All right, whoa, try to calm myself down. That was way more intense than I'd want it to be to pass a car, but when you don't have the right speed, you gotta do it in the corners, so lunging. I'm surprised I was able to get around him. Definitely would have given me some space coming to the chicane, but he's coming back on me now, so I down the back straightaway. Try not to get too crossed up. There we go. Ooh, right to the grass. A little slow there through the chicane. Definitely gave me space last time through there because there's no way two cars are fitting side by side. But getting up probably in fourth place again now, but much harder fought fourth in the last race. Over revving a bit through turn one. He closes up on me. He's not going to leave me alone. Get the three out front. I can just barely see him running away. Doesn't seem like a podium is going to be possible today. It's going to be the same three up front too, so that's not going to be good for the little championship here. You just try to just get back in the right speed. Picked up a little bit there. So hard when you have a car right on you to drive the same lines that you were before following somebody. Said otherwise, it's just easier to follow a car than it is to lead them. But a little bit of a gap here. It's going to close in a bit down the straightaway. Looking at my mirrors too much there. Throw it into Woodcote. Try not to throw it away. Get that second apex good. Head down to the chicane. First gear. Don't spin the car out. Don't tap the walls. All right, come across the line. Just a few laps left, I think. I have to check the pit board. Get into third for turn one. Try third this time now that I'm not following. Not too bad of a run. Spits me out a little bit wide. He had a bad turn one as well. Right down to third. Closes right back in St. Mary's. I don't know what I'm doing there. It was so much quicker when I was following him. It does have a slipstream. Maybe it's that. I don't know what my lap times are at all. But a good battle with Ix here. Coming up to Woodcote. Just try to tip it on in. Oh, a little bit of understeer there in the apex, using the dirt. All right, 2 more laps. Just got to hold on for 2 laps here in front of him. Can see the 3 leaders just going through the first turn now. Could also be Ix's fuel. Now we've burned down the tanks a bit, so maybe he's just a little bit quicker on an empty tank. Maybe he just wants revenge. Slide it on through, right-hander into St. Mary's. Flat out again for just a second between the 2 corners there. Could imagine the G-forces there would be pretty wild in real life. Almost losing the wheel coming into Levant. All right, come down the back straightaway. Ix is right here this time, though. Trying to make my car as wide as possible. So we'll call it to Woodcote. Ooh. Oh, he's right there as I get through the second apex, but he's just trying to get inside of me, I think, before the second apex. All over the track. It's so easy to run just a little bit wider there and get onto the grass. But all right, 1 more lap. Actually got a good gap on him there. Just try to get turn 1 right. Not too bad through there, holding the gap a little bit. Just 1 more time through St. Mary's. Down to 3rd gear, slide it on in. In 2nd, try not to lose the car into the tight left-hander. Ix breathing down my neck. Down to 1st, just nice and tidy through Levant. Try to get a good exit down the back straightaway. Oh, Ix fell off a little bit. All right, as long as I don't screw up Woodcote here, should have it. Ooh, yellow flag ahead. It's not what I want to see. Get it down to 2nd for Woodcote. Ooh, running really hot into there. Ooh, and a car spun out to the outside. Ix right behind me, ignoring the yellow flags, it looks like. But through the chicane, oh man. Oh, such a hard race. Come to the line. I think this one deserves a little bit of a fist pump. Finishing, I think, in 4th position. We'll have to check out, I don't know what car that was to the inside. It was a white car. Ooh, and Ix gonna try to pass me here on the cooldown lap. Such a good battle with him, though. I'm so surprised I was able to get around him and Jim Clark both off the line. I don't think I've raced harder for mediocre finishes than in this series so far, but really good racing. I hope this one was enjoyable. It has to be a much better battle than the one at Oulton Park, for sure, but just as hard of a race to run. Jackie Stewart flying by there, not too far back. But this corner, especially on the opening lap, coming into here and then passing Jim Clark when I did. Good stuff. This track is so much fun. I love racing around Goodwood, especially this version. It's absolutely gorgeous for Grand Prix Legends. Looks just as good as any sim that I've seen. All right, so we'll take a look at the results, and Kurt Aaron's able to get the win ahead of Jack Brabham. So Aaron's able to hold on and finish up top there, which is very good. It helps shake up the championship at least a little bit. It wasn't Rint again, and wasn't Jack Brabham this time, but Brabham able to finish 2nd, so he's going to be pretty far up there. Jochen Rindt, the winner from round 1, in 3rd here, rounding out the podium. And there you see me, Richie Axelson, 4th position. Hard fought 4th. That was probably one of the hardest 4th place finishes that I've had, but passing, both Jim Clark and Jackie Ix in some pretty good passes. Hopefully looks good on camera, but definitely felt good in the moment. If we look behind, though, Jackie Ix there in 5th, and then Jackie Stewart finishing in 6th position to get the points. Looks like Pete Arundel had an engine issue, and at the very bottom, Jim Clark falling out with an accident as well. It definitely wasn't Jim Clark in the chicane. It was a white car, so it might have been Trevor Taylor there finishing in 18th, but a pretty action-packed race overall. But of course, then we'll look at the points, and Kurt Aaron's actually in the lead with 15 points. The second place finish in round 1 with holding off Jack Brabham, and then the win here has just been consistent enough to actually take the lead. So great on Aaron's there to be in the lead. Jochen Rindt in second place, though, from his win at the first round, and then third place finish here. And then Jack Brabham in third place. Not winning yet, but I have to think in these last 2 rounds of the British F2 Championship, he has to at least win one of those with how fast the car is. But Richie Axelson there, I'm in fourth place still, 2 3-point finishes for the fourth places at each round. No chance really at winning the championship or anything like that, but hard-fought races and definitely teaching a lot about just positioning the cars and stuff. So you can see why I think Formula 2 racing was as attractive as it was to Formula 1 drivers in the 60s. Just more racing, more practice, and help prepare the ultra-aggressive for the F1 season. So I hope you enjoyed this 2 furious rounds of Formula 2 racing so far. Honestly, very excited to do the next one of these. Hopefully it's just as good of a race as this one was. But thank you for watching, and I'll see you all again next time.